Good morning. I would like to talk to you guys for just a quick minute about water. So, I've seen in some of the comments that a few of you really miss your soda, or that you've been cutting out the rest of your sugar, but you haven't been cutting out soda. And I wanted to come live to talk to you about the differences between increasing your water intake and continuing to drink soda. And also ways for you to be able to increase your water intake without missing the little bit of flavor that you get. So, first and foremost, let's do a little bit of a comparison. The average can of soda contains 35 grams of sugar and 140 to 150 calories. That's a lot of calories that I don't want, and a really, if you're looking at swaps, a really easy way for you to cut calories. Water, on the other side, is 0 calories and 0 grams of sugar. So it's really kind of a no-brainer to me. That I would rather drink something that has no calories, because if I'm going to drink my calories, I want them to be in my coffee. I'm a coffee addict. So I have 3 or 4 cups a day, and I would rather spend those calories on the milk in my coffee than I would on a can of soda. However, I know that there are some of you who miss the bubbles. So the difference between water and soda is that water is flat and soda gives you that nice little effervescence. Well, for those of you who that's what you would miss out of soda, and also the little bit of a hint of flavor, I'm going to highly recommend stuff like LaCroix. There are a lot of really great sparkling waters on the market right now. Make sure that you're looking for something that's a sparkling water that doesn't have any added sugar and flavorings and those sorts of things. So I happen to be practically addicted to LaCroix. I drink them all the time, and I have several flavors in my refrigerator, just because for me, popping a can of this open gives me that same flavor, and I don't miss soda at all. Another way that I add water into my life is that I add fruit or lemons to my water. So I take my morning Shakeology with frozen fruit. So I like to blend my Shakeology up in my blender, and I use frozen fruit because that frozen fruit helps it to really be nice and cold and frothy and thick. But because of that, I have frozen fruit in the house. So I buy these like gigantic bags of frozen fruit, and I keep them in my freezer, and I have some in my freezer. We have more than one freezer in my house. We have 3 kids. So I need multiple locations for food. So what I do is I take my water bottle, and that's another tip. Find a water bottle that you like. Make it fun, whether you're using a really pretty cup with a straw, or whether you're using one like this. This one's a Shakeology one. And this one has more than one spout. So this has a spout, and this one also has like where you can just drink from there. So if you prefer to drink out of a straw, then get a cup that's got a straw. You don't have to use what everybody else uses. You can use what works for you and what makes you happy. I find that if I have a fancy water bottle, it makes me more likely to drink more water. I don't really know why that is. Maybe it's something mental, but it works for me. So I just take some frozen fruit, and I throw it, these are frozen berries, into the bottom of my water cup. And this one, what's nice is it has this little blender thing that's supposed to be for making my Shakeology, but I make mine in the blender. But what it does do is it pushes the fruit down so that the fruit stays in the bottom and doesn't all slide through, because I tend to use the one that you just like pour it out at yourself. So that's one way that I make my water. And another way is that I use cut up citrus fruit. Now, sometimes today I'm using lemons, sometimes I'll use limes. I've also used oranges before. My only tip is make sure you take the seeds out first, because there's nothing worse than drinking and getting a seed stuck in your throat. I find that very frustrating. So I squeeze the fruit in so that I get maximum flavor, and then I just drop it. For these, again, because it helps to keep my drink cold, and I really like my water very cold, I found that that was another thing for me. I don't like room temperature water. I like my water really, really cold. So I do this, and then I get to drink it really cold. I freeze the lemon wedges. So I cut up a whole lemon, and I will take the rest of the lemon, and I will put it in a baggie in the freezer. And then when I'm ready to make my water, I just grab a lemon cube. And I do the same thing. I push it down. And then this one's done. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of water information, by the time that you are thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. So that means make sure that you keep drinking all the time. And later on today, we'll talk about ways to make sure that you are staying on top of drinking your water. But your body is 75% water, so make sure that you're drinking enough of it. And by adding some flavor into your water and by drinking more water, that's another way that you're helping your body to purge of any excess sugar or excess fat, which will help you with weight loss. I hope you guys are having an amazing sugar-free day, and I will see you soon. Bye.